Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out in the way that you know how, have a look around and greet what is here. Greet this moment. Greet your body landing in this moment. Take another deep breath in and have a little gentle smile on your lips, greeting yourself and thanking yourself for bringing yourself here onto the mat for your practice this morning. Feel yourself arriving from the crown of your head down to your shoulders, down your spine, arms, legs, all of the body here, present, grateful for this time with yourself. And then taking another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just getting a sense of your breath in this moment. We're going to move today through our second practice of moon sequence, the second of 4, Chandra Namaskar. And in Chandra Namaskar, we're looking for flow, this feminine quality of the moon. The moon is considered the yin to the yang of the sun. And so the qualities of flow, of yielding, of acceptance, of coming to center. Night, of course, when we rest and renew. So there's great strength in all these feminine qualities. And so find that flow by finding the natural flow of your own breath. So you can take that into your practice this morning. And I'll read you these words from Jon Kabat-Zinn. It says, quoting Wu Min, the Chinese sage, if your mind isn't clouded by unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life. So we know that the best way to honor this, to know this as the best season, is to pay attention, to cultivate mindfulness, to be awake to our lives. It's so easy, if we don't cultivate this, to be unconscious, to fall back into an automatic pilot mode of an unawareness, of living our lives on autopilot. And these lapses we have in awareness are frequently associated with dissatisfaction with what we're seeing or feeling in that moment. And out of that springs a desire for something to be different, for things to change. So to cultivate mindfulness, to remember that the whole of your life is unfolding right now in this moment, this is the best season. You have to remember over and over again to be awake and aware. And we do this by reminding ourselves very simply to look, to feel, to be. It is that simple, checking in from moment to moment, sustaining awareness across a stretch of timeless moments, being here now. And so ask yourself in this moment, am I awake? Where is my mind right now? Am I awake? Where is my mind right now? And I'll ask you this again and again through our practice today as we flow through each timeless moment, through each cycle of breath. Am I awake? And if you would like to set an intention for your practice today, perhaps to be awake, to be aware, then I invite you to do so now. Bring your hand to your heart, to your belly. Set your intention. Feel it at your center. And then the way to realize that intention is to be awake and aware. And so let's begin our practice by coming down onto our backs. Let's just warm up the core again, like we did last week before we begin. So fingers just inside the hips and flattening the low back, and then arching the low back away. So tipping the pelvis under and then tipping the pelvis forward. Do this a few times. And as you do, really draw up on your pelvic floor. So as you do this, imagine that you really need to wee and you're stopping yourself doing that wee, if that makes sense. And then pause there, just find the spine, some neutral spot where there's just a little bit of space underneath the low back, and then dip your right hip down as if you're trying to press that hip down, and then the left, right, and left, just going side to side in this way. Draw up on the pelvic floor, feel the firmness in your lower abdominals here inside the hips where your fingertips are resting, and then come back to neutral. And then find all those 4 points we've pressed down on. So flatten the back, and then press to the left, arch the back, so pressing into the coccyx, and then to the right. So it's if you're going around in a diamond shape, pressing into each of the 4 points of the diamond. And the whole time having a sense as well of drawing up on the pelvic floor. And then pause, come to neutral. And then let's reverse that. So again, start at the top of the diamond around your belly button, flatten the low back, and then press to the right, and then down towards the coccyx arch, left, flatten, right, arch, left, going around this diamond in the opposite way and drawing up on the pelvic floor. And breathing. Don't stop breathing, don't hold your breath to do this, but really feel all this integration, all this strength and control happening down here at the low back, the lower abdominals, and then relax again. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, just draw up the pelvic floor, firm those lower abdominals again, feel them engaged. And then take the right foot off the floor and begin to straighten that leg. Press through the heel, don't place it on the ground. Really squeeze that pelvic floor, lift and hold. And then bring it back and place it down. On your out breath, renew that pelvic floor lift. Lift the left foot. Straighten the leg, extend through the heel, don't place it down, just have it hovering a few centimeters off the ground, and bring it back. And just go side to side in this way, straightening and bringing back. If doing this brings any sort of strain to the low back, then instead of straightening the leg, just hover that foot off the ground and then place it down. So it just looks like you're lifting your knee side to side, and that's quite effective too. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, make sure you're breathing. And use that out breath to keep reaffirming that lift quite strongly through the pelvic floor, this feeling of firmness here at the lower abdominals. Stretch through the foot and lengthen. Beautiful. And then bring it back to center. Bring your knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Bring your head up towards your knees. Stretch the low back. And then roll over onto your side and bring yourself up to standing. So hopefully you'll come with an awareness of your core here and some integration. And then just give the arms a little shake. Warm up the arms through the shoulders. Take them overhead, over to the side and down. Beautiful. And then shake through the right leg out to the side. Give it a swing forward and back. You use your core here to help yourself balance. So lift the pelvic floor again. And then shake to the front, to the side with the left leg. and forward and back. Drop the pelvic floor. Start to get a sense of really using these core muscles to find balance and integration through your movements, strength and support for the back. And just give the whole body a little stretch, a shake. And bring the pinky fingers together to meet in front of the heart in a little lotus mudra. Place your intention there for your practice today. And then breathe in and take the arms overhead as if you're spilling that intention like a beautiful silver light down your spine. Breathe out, open the arms wide so that palms come to rest on your low back, fingers pointing down. Breathe in and lift the heart, draw the shoulders back. Breathe out, forward fold, coming into Chandra Namaskar now, palms are facing up. Breathe in, Lotus Mudra, pinky fingers touching, come to the heart, breathe out. Breathe in, spill this present moment awareness, the gift of it, down your spine. Open the arms wide as you breathe out. Support the back, lift the heart, squeeze the elbows together. And breathe out, flow down into forward fold. Let it be languid, flowing, soft. Breathe in one more time. Lotus Mudra. Place that intention there. Hold it in your heart. And let it spill down through all of your movements as you breathe in. And breathe out, open the arms wide. Hands to your low back. Lift as you breathe in. Really offer that heart. Squeeze the elbows. Let this be strong. And then breathe out. Flow, flow, flow down. Release. A little sway. Side to side. Still warming up. Give the head a little yes. And a little no to soften through the neck, the shoulders, awaken. Give the shoulders a little shake, the arms a shake. Beautiful. And then step the right leg back. Down into a low lunge. Breathe in and lift the arms to the sky. Just as we do in sun, breathe out, flow down. Warming up the hip flexors. Relax your toes behind if that's okay, or if you need them tucked under for balance, that's all right as well. And breathe out. Hands come either side of the left foot. Place some weight into the right hand and lift the left arm up to the sky. So it's a twist, a reverse twist. And then the arm comes over on a diagonal overhead. Breathe out. Let the arm come down on an arc behind. Breathe in, over. So we're painting this full moon around. Breathe out. Paint the bottom half of the moon. Breathe in, arc overhead. Breathe out. And in. And then that hand comes back down by the left foot. Tuck the right toes under. Turn towards that right leg and sway side to side in a wide leg forward fold with the knees nice and bent. Asking yourself, am I here? Am I awake? Am I aware? Give the head a shake again, yes and no. Through the shoulders, give them a wiggle. Feel spaces in your body where you can invite a little bit more flow and release within the strength of being held here by your beautiful, strong legs. And then turn back to face that left leg. Bring it back behind into downward dog. Just briefly bend the knees, and then come down into cat position. So 3 cat cows as we warm up, awakening the spine. This, of course, is a little master flow that we try to work into pretty much every sequence we do. Cat, cow. A master pose for the spine, keeping our spines healthy. Find that flow of silver moonlight up and down the spine that you can carry with you today to tune into this being the best season, the best day, this best moment of your life. Which doesn't mean it's always easy. Walk the hands forward so the hips stay directly above the knees as we come down into puppy pose. So you choose how far down you come, how far forward you take your arms. If you're keeping it soft, feel free to stay higher and even bring it back more into a child's pose. So just tune into your own shoulders, but otherwise a little sway here. Head is either down if that's better for your chin. If you're hovering over the ground, the chin is tucked in slightly, or looking forward if that's okay for your neck. Softening into the shoulders. And then walk them over towards the right and look towards the right shoulder. Feel that lengthening through the left armpit, arm, and walking them back. And we flow down now into cobra position, but let's start in Sphinx for this first round. So look side to side. You can let the shoulders have some movement here. Chandra Namaskar is lovely and flowing. Look towards the feet. Find a nice twist. Feel how far it goes down the spine, that twist. Feel what happens to the shoulders and still bringing that chest forward, especially as you come through the middle. Twist into the neck. And then find some easy flow through the head. Maybe making a little crescent moon with the chin, side to side. We're always careful with the neck though, so if there's too much crunching, then maybe let this be really soft. And then the hands come under the shoulders, tuck the toes up into downward dog. Flowing, of course, Sahaja. Heels coming side to side. Spread your fingers wide. Look towards your hands and press into the base of your fingers, that last knuckle there. And then relax the head. Find that yes again, that no again. Look side to side. Hips side to side. The whole of your body flowing like you've seen, but in a bit more slow motion when you come home and your puppy's really excited to see you and their tail wags and it wags their whole body. That's what you want to feel you're doing, but in a lovely, soft, flowing way. Beautiful. And then you're going to take the right leg forward and the left leg stays back. And we come to the other side at wide lunge. So arms come up and down. Breathing in and out. Am I awake? Am I aware? Where am I in this moment? Look, feel, experience, breathe with your body. Feel the earth rising up to meet you. Hands on the earth now. Just pause a moment, settle through the legs, through the hips, and then lift the right arm. Look towards it. Breathe in, come up on a diagonal overhead near the ear. Breathe out, paint the lower half of the moon. Breathe in, paint the top. A full moon here. Breathe out. And follow it if you can with your head. Follow the movement of your hand. In breath over the top, out breath bottom. And then the hand comes down either side of the foot as you tuck the left toes, come into wide leg fold. Deep, deep. Get the bottom down, the knees bent. Sway side to side. Support yourself with your hands on the earth or just have them flowing over the top, making figure eights, wave-like movements. As you come deep, drop the bottom a little bit more if you can. Feel the thighs working. And then turn to face the right leg. Take that leg back. Knees come down. We won't come, actually, let's do a little rounded, like we did with our pelvis earlier, cat, instead of our usual cat-cow. So find that flow, circling the hips, either direction. And then the hands come forward, down into puppy pose. Maybe you can feel the shoulders have loosened a little bit here. And walk the hands over towards the left. Look towards the left. Press into the right pinky finger, the right palm. Relax the right ear towards the earth. And then walk the hands back into puppy pose. One last big stretch. Soften the heart to the earth. And then the whole body comes down to the earth. Back into cobra now. Hands under the shoulders. Just a really baby cobra. But have a sense of, you may even want to have the hands lifting off the ground. And this sway side to side, waking up the back, looking side to side. If the neck is a bit of an issue, just keep that chin tucked in to support the weight of the head a little bit better. Elbows drawing down towards your feet, so there's space between your ears and your shoulders. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, we'll meet up at downward dog. That wagging dog ready to greet you as you walk in the door, and the flow coming all the way up the spine, all the way to the head. Bend deeply into the knees and let the knees come side to side. Beautiful. And then walk your feet in towards your hands, finding your forward fold. Once again, take the right arm to the sky and down. Left arm to the sky and down. And then taking the right leg up behind you, fingertips are on the earth in front of you, hips are square, coming into crane pose, looking down towards the earth, holding here. And if you're comfortable, let the head come closer down towards the legs. Let that right leg come higher without pivoting that hip out, coming more into scissor pose, using that right hip, that right glute to try to stretch that foot towards the sky. Press into the left heel, lengthen through the left leg, and stretch the crown of the head towards the earth. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring that leg back down. As you come to your fingertips again, stretch the left leg behind. Press through the heel. Pause here in crane, or let the head come down a bit further. Use the left glute, really squeeze it to lift the leg higher. You might want to walk your hands in a bit closer to your foot. Stretch up to the sky with the left leg. Stretch down towards the earth with the crown of your head. Press through the heel of the right foot without locking that knee, but you can draw the kneecap up. And there's a lot of effort here, stretching that foot to the sky. and the crown towards the earth, trying to get your abdomen to meet your thigh and softening the face. Breathe in and breathing out. Bring that leg down. Well done. Come down into a squat and let your knees go side to side, wringing out the lower spine, middle spine, and then back to forward fold. Find that lotus mudra again with the hands, pinky fingers touching, knees are bent. Press into the feet, spread the toes wide, breathe in and rise up. Hands at the heart space, renew your intention. Breathe in, arms come overhead. Spill awareness down your body. Breathe out, open wide. Support the low back, lift the heart. If you want to make it into a back bend, feel free to lean back, but make sure that core is on, the spine is long, the heart is lifting, and there's no crunching into the low back. Breathe out, forward fold. Should feel your hamstrings have loosened a bit. So maybe the belly's coming into contact with the thighs. Breathe in, lift. 2 more times. Renew with the heart. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, open. Squeeze the elbows. Choose your level, either just a lift through the heart or some bend through the back as well. Look to the sky. And breathe out, fold. 1 more. If you're drawing moonlight from the top of a pond, a lotus pond, and spilling that silver light down through your body. Breathe out, feel the arms, the shoulders, feel the lift and lengthening through the spine, through the heart. Long spine with the in-breath and breathing out, flowing down. Left leg comes back. Left hand on the earth and lift through our crescent moon. So in-breath over. If you want to make this harder now, come into a high lunge instead of a low lunge, which just means lifting that knee. Use the whole of your back, head looking. Make it a good twist by really looking towards that right foot, taking your torso with you to look, your heart with you. Lovely. And then turn towards that left leg, either as we were doing before, just swaying side to side, or taking your weight into the right, into Skandasana. Still making that figure 8 with your hands, but it's all towards that left side. Come low, come low. And if you want a little bit more strength, then let the bottom come down. Bring the hands to the heart and hold yourself there. Instead of swaying, breathe. Swaying though does lots as well. Or you could have the arms wide. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. And then turn back towards the right leg. And bring the knees down for your puppy pose. Take the hands forward. Soften the head. Maybe the chin reaches the earth now. Give the hips a little wobble. Breathe. And then down onto the earth. Fingertips either side. Heels touching. Feet lifting off the earth as you dance the upper part of your body side to side. Head, shoulders, heart, all dancing. And squeezing your heels together, making your snake's tail. Feel the glutes, the inner thighs working. Beautiful. And then relax. Hands come under your shoulders, tuck your toes, and rise up into downward dog. Taking the left leg high, press it towards the sky. Come up and down on your right foot up to the toes, and then heel presses down. And then open that left hip, bend into the knee, and then come back to straight. Bend and open and twist, and then straighten and twist. And then dance that foot towards the front, the knee making a figure eight in front of your belly or your chest. You can get it right up in between the elbows, or keep it further back, some weight off the arms. Or would make a little dance forward and back with that. And then the leg comes high again, stretch it to the sky. Beautiful. And then comes all the way forward, and your left leg is forward, right leg's back into that low lunge. Beautiful. Right hands on the earth, or if you're making it a bit stronger, you can take that knee off. Breathe in. Paint your crescent moon. Breathe out. Lower half. Remember, as the arm comes back, follow it all the way to that right heel. You're allowed to have movement here. Feel that movement flowing all the way up and down the spine and through the shoulders, exploring where your body can go with this. And then turning to face the right, coming down into Skandasana. So the right toes are on the earth, the right sole is on the earth, making your figure eight with the weight into the left leg, the heel. If you like, bring the hands to the heart and letting your bottom come down, spreading the arms wide if that feels good. Let's take 3 breaths, or fingertips along the ground. You need to take weight out of the leg, that's okay. We just bring weight back over towards the right. One more breath. And then turn towards the left leg. Beautiful. Bring it back down into your puppy pose. Last one. This is a real heart opener, a back bend. It's a centerpiece of Chandra Namaskar, to find that flow through the heart today. So whatever you're doing, your shoulders will be loose and you'll really open the heart. But of course, I know you're modifying to suit your shoulders if there's any issues there. And then flow down to the earth. Squeeze the heels together. Bring the arms behind. And feel as if you're like a peacock that's sort of fluffing up your beautiful tail. So the arms are coming side to side. The fingers are dancing around. You're fluffing and preening, lifting the heart off the earth, squeezing the heels together still, feeling strong yet flowing. And then take the arms now overhead. Ooh. And make a figure eight in the space above the crown of your head. An infinity symbol, limitless possibilities today, because today is the best season of my life. And then hands coming under the shoulders, tuck the toes, up to downward dog. Right leg comes into the air. Stretch through that foot, spread the fingers wide, press into the base of your fingers, bend the knee, open the hip, come back, square the hips again, come up onto the ball of your left foot, press the heel down, ball, press down, ball, open the hip one more time, and then keeping that knee bent as you square the hips, start to find that figure eight movement down underneath the belly button. If you can, up towards the chest.
Maybe touching knee or elbow to elbow. Find this play, or extend the leg again, open and bend. Take a moment just to find flow in dog. You find the level of challenge that feels right because you're awake and aware in your body in this moment. And then extend through that right leg again. And the leg comes down. Walk the feet in towards the hands. Pause here a moment. Fingertips on the earth. Lift the left leg into crane. Hold here. Hover your fingertips off the ground this time. So full balance in crane, looking between the hands. Breathe. Big breath in. And make a figure eight with your toes of your left foot. So just a little one behind. You might need to support yourself with your fingertips. And then fingertips to the earth, back to forward fold, down into a little squat. Take the arms overhead, stretch to the sky. And then the hands come back down. Right leg lifts. Spread the toes of your left foot. Feel all four corners as you hover now your fingertips off the earth. If that's too challenging, then just have them touching. And then paint a silver infinity symbol with your right big toe in the air behind you, as high as you can get it. And breathe in, breathe out, leg comes down. Down into the squat, up onto your toes, take the arms high, stretch to the sky, and breathe out. Hands come down, back to your forward fold. Now this time with fingertips on the earth, lifting the left leg so you can stay in crane like we've been doing, or spread those right toes wide, feel all four corners, lift that leg higher, bring the crown of the head down towards the earth, the chin tucked, the belly coming towards your abdomen. If you can, take your right hand away and hold the back of your ankle or shin. If that feels okay, start to take the weight off the left hand, and maybe you can hold the back of the leg with both hands. See where you're at. You may need to steady yourself every once in a while with the left fingertips. Keep lifting that left glute to the sky. Smile. You fall out, join us back again. Are you awake? Balances wake us up, make us aware. Breathe. Draw, use your hands to draw you down closer. And then let's come out down into a squat. Knees come side to side. Take the knees wide. Find space in the center. Breathe in, lift up. Well done. It's a surprisingly challenging balance, Scissor. Bring the hands down. Back to your forward fold. Last balance. So right leg behind. You can stay here in crane, or start to take the head down, press through the heel, spread the toes wide. Try not to let that right hip open outward, but stay square. Left hand holds behind the leg. Spread the toes wide, find balance. And then see what you can do with that right hand. Can you hold the leg as well and draw yourself down? Fall in, fall out. Lift through the right glute. That glute is strong. Maybe looking behind so the crown can reach to the earth. Oh, I'm less balanced on this side. You might find there's an easier side for you too. Breathe, 2 more breaths. Smile, enjoy the play, the strength, the courage, and then breathe out. Whew, well done. Back down to your squat. Knees come wide. Lift the arms to the sky.
Stretch through them. Feel the strength in your toes. Lovely. Bring the hands down. Back to your forward fold. Lotus mudra with the hands. Pinky fingers touch. Breathe in. Place the hands at the heart. Breathe in. Feel the intention for your day down your spine. Breathe out. Open wide. Squeeze the elbows together. Lift the heart. Draw the shoulders back. Offer your heart to the sky. Asking yourself again and again today, am I awake? Where am I in this moment? And then breathing out, standing in Tadasana. Feel the breath. Feel the soles of the feet. Feel the spine rising. Feel the change in your body from when we started our practice. And then bringing yourself down onto the floor together, onto the mat, and lying on your back. Knees come into the chest. Beautiful. Squeeze them. And then press the heels to the sky. Run your hands along the backs of your legs. You have fairly long hamstrings right now after doing the scissor and the crane, our moon sequence. And then point your toes. Feel into those lower abdominals once again. Drop the pelvic floor. Beautiful. And then lower that right leg down slowly, slowly. If you feel any grabbing at your back, then just bend the knees and do this with the knees bent. Let's reaffirm our core. So I'm just showing you how to do it with the knees bent. If you're doing that and you're just tapping big toes, or if your legs are extended, slowly come down. You don't even have to come down all the way. If that's going to put too much strain on your core muscles, you know it's too much if your low back starts to feel that it's straining. So keep reaffirming with each new out breath that lift through the pelvic floor. And really tuning into your body. Maybe here, I need bent knees. Or if you know your core is really undeveloped, maybe come back to that diamond pattern we were making earlier. There's no point in straining the back. That's not improving your core. So stay at what level you're at. You'll find as long as you do it consistently, you'll improve more quickly than you think. One more leg. And then knees bend. They're directly above your hips. Your arms are spread wide and just let them drop over to the side. Extend through the left arm, look towards it. Right hand can come to the top of that left knee to add some weight to the twist. You may like to take the left arm up on a diagonal and stretch through the fingertips, palm facing up, as if you're trying to reach something that's just beyond your fingertips. Take some lovely breaths into your lower belly. And then bring the legs back to center. Use your core to do it. Have the knees directly above the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower with strength over to the left. Left hand, if you like, adding some weight to the twist. Look to your right hand. Tuck that right shoulder blade under. And then if you want, find an angle with that right arm that gives you
the best feeling of openness through the right rib cage, the hip. Find that little sweet spot that feels good to you. And then stretch through the fingertips. And then breathing in, bring the knees back to center. Bring your hands on top of the knees. Squeeze in. Roll yourself up to sitting. Beautiful. And with your right leg in front of the left, coming forward into a nice hip stretch. We did these the other day at yoga in the park. So with the right leg in front, you're looking for the stretch into the right hip. And you can see that if you brought the leg in closer, that takes the stretch away from me. If I take it out further, you're just going to find that sweet spot like you did with your hand. And then once you find the spot where you're getting some nice stretch there, then making some cat-cow movements here. And if you're really flexible through your hips, then you may want to modify this by making it fire log pose, which means taking that left foot a bit forward so the lower leg is parallel to your body, and then the right leg comes on top. My hips won't do this because they just don't do this, but you can see they're nearly there, but I've got space between the knee and the foot. This is fire log pose, so like my hands are, they would be resting like that if I had the hip flexibility. So if you're really flexible and having the right leg in front's not giving you any stretch, then feel free to come into fire log. But do just choose with compassion for your body and awareness. Often when we injure ourselves in exercise, it's because our awareness is on where we'd rather be than where we actually are right now. So if you can, taking your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, lift the arms up to the sky, and then let the head drape down over the leg. If you can, pressing the palms together, continuing to lift, lift. And then breathe in, rise up. And let's change legs, give the arms a little shake. So left leg comes in front, right leg is tucked in. Same deal, you want to just find the angle of how far forward the left foot is that gives you the nicest stretch there. And if all of this is too strong for the hips, then you could do this as a butterfly instead with the soles of the feet together. You could also lift your bottom up onto a block, which eases things a bit, especially for the low back. And then once you're there, cat-cow. And same offer if you'd like for fire log, which means the right calf, lower leg is in a straight line in front of you. Look, I've got less flexibility on this side. The feet are flexed in fire log and they're one on top of each other, if that's possible for you. Breathe. And then let's add the arms. So fingers interlacing, palms touching, lifting overhead. If that works for you. If it doesn't, then just leave them down. Breathe. And then breathing in, rise up, squeeze the shoulder blades, make your legs wide, put your fingertips on the ground behind you and lift the heart. And swing the legs around, come onto your back, knees are still bent, press the low back down, release it, press the low back down, release it. Press it down, hold, pelvic floor is lifted, extend through the right leg, press through the heel, and then drop it. Press the low back down, pelvic floor lifted, Extend through the right leg, press, or left leg, press through the heel and drop it. Just windscreen wiper the feet back and forth. So it's like the big toes are going to touch and then flop outward. Do that a few times. Settle the legs. Squeeze the buttocks, lift them off the ground, and then flatten the low back again, then relax it. Stretch the arms down towards the legs and drop, palms are up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, lift the upper back off the ground, press into the elbows, and then drop. Let the head flop side to side. Then tuck the chin, look towards your feet. Flatten the low back once again as you look. And then relax back. And then make any last adjustments before you completely surrender into Shavasana, where your body now is just going to take a few minutes to drink in, to savor all the benefits of Chandra Namaskar, that lovely flowing moon sequence. So breathe in deeply. And let the out breath flow down through you like a beautiful balmy wind on a moonlit night. Breathe in. Letting flow, that feminine characteristic fill your body. Feeling your body in this moment, held by the earth, flowing with the breath, softening into life, palms upturned in a gesture of acceptance. Open to what is here now. Imagine that you're lying under a beautiful tree and the upturned palms are open, accepting whatever season is here now, and seeing the beauty of the tree in full leaf. The spring brings all the new leaves, filling out the branches, fully in leaf in summer. The beauty of birds nesting and singing, maybe even in flower. And then in autumn, as the leaves change color into brilliant yellows and reds and oranges, and feeling yourself blanketed in the beautiful leaves as they fall. And there's beauty in this season as well. And then in winter, there's beauty in the silhouette of the bare branches and maybe even snowflakes resting on the branches. And then the warm sun comes out again and you see the first little buds forming of blossoms, the start of the leaves once again. When the mind is uncluttered, not filled with unnecessary things, then this is the best season of my life. Each cell in your body open to this moment. Every cell in your body awake, aware. Feeling warmth and coolness against your skin. Awake, aware. Hearing sounds around you. Awake, aware. Feeling the sensations of your body breathing you. Am I awake? Am I aware? And opening your eyes and seeing light and color around you. Keeping your gaze soft. Am I awake? Am I aware? Breath, body, this moment. Thoughts coming and going. The breath and the body anchoring that busy mind. As you whisper to your mind, wake up, be present, stay here. This moment is the only moment we have. Let's embrace it together. And you can finish your practice today lying on your mat or coming up to sitting, flowing with what feels good for you in this moment. And whatever you choose, bringing a hand to your heart and a hand to your belly. Recalling your intention or choosing maybe a modified version, maybe if insights arose in your practice, what you choose to take into your day. Your intention is powerful. Choose it consciously. I take this into my day. This is what I choose to be, who I choose to be, how I choose to be. And then let's uplift and vibrate that intention into your day with 3 Oms, breathing in deeply. Hands to the heart. Thumbs. Sorry, now reaching up the hands, coming up to Ajna center. This is your moon center. Just touch the thumbs between the eyebrows. This is your center of looking deeply.
And then bringing them back to the heart, feeling the highest within yourself, within all beings, and flowing with what is. Namaste.